What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the first preview for Raid Episode 3, another free access window for multiplayer, plus a feature that no one's really talking about. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, I'm giving away another Blackcell bundle for COD 2.0, and in order to enter the giveaway, just send me screenshot proof on Twitter or Discord of you signing up for Aura using my link down below in this video's description. The sign up is completely free, and you won't be charged for the app if you cancel the trial before 14 days are up. It's an all-in-one security app offering a solid VPN, password security manager, live credit score checker, and even more. Once again, I'll be hosting that giveaway for the next week or so, and I'll be announcing the winners in a future video and over on Twitter. But today, Call of Duty did announce a brand new free trial for COD 2.0, and here in Season 3, you'll be getting access to the following 6v6 maps. We have Farm 18, Shoot House, Shipment, Dome, Himmelmat Expo, and even the brand new map in Season 3, Paleo's Lighthouse. For 6v6 game modes, we have TDM, Hardpoint, Domination, Kill Confirmed, Grind, Gun Game, Infected, One in the Chamber, and even All or Nothing. In terms of gunfight maps, you'll also get access to all 4 of the Season 3 gunfight maps: Alley, Black Site, Exhibit, and Shipments. You'll get the battle map Santa Senya, featuring Ground War and Invasion. Again, that free access does begin April 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific, and will end April 26th, 10 a.m. Pacific. So you'll need additional download in order to actually play this free trial, and I do like how over the last 3 seasons, each new free access period does offer more and more content than the last one, so can't even imagine what's going to be offered for multiplayer in Season 4 as well, but loving the fact they also threw in some brand new maps that were just released as of a couple of days ago. Now, speaking of free opportunities, also check out today's sponsor. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Did you know that you don't really need a lot of money to hire a lawyer? Well, if you're injured and don't know where to start, Morgan & Morgan has your back. Submitting a claim for an injury doesn't have to be a tedious process. With Morgan & Morgan, there's no need for you to visit law offices and sit through timely consultations. You can submit a claim and have a lawyer review your case with just 8 clicks or less from your mobile phone. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process, making it easy to submit case details, sign contracts, and upload any documents all from your mobile phone. You heard that right, you don't ever have to leave the couch. You can even text your attorney during the duration of your case. Now, if you're ever in an accident though, you want to make sure you do the following: make sure you're okay, file a police report, contact your insurance, and guarantee that you have legal representation. Now, you can check out Morgan & Morgan with the special link down below, and thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring tonight's video. Now back to the video. Something that was mentioned in the recent patch notes for Season 3 but was not mentioned in the original blog post is that now you can actually create a loadout and bring it into matches of Spec Ops, which also includes raids. Now, what's unfortunate about that though is that with the release of the season, the feature itself is actually bugged out. You can create a class in the menu right now for Spec Ops. When you go into a match, whether it's a raid episode, whether it's a Spec Ops mission that isn't a modifier mission, of course, like One in the Chamber low profile, you'll notice that the weapon isn't in your hand, and you'll still have the default loadout that you would have originally spawned in with if you didn't make a class. So this is probably a feature that will get fixed with the mid-season update, since again we're getting a new raid and Spec Ops mission with Season 3 Reloaded, but maybe they'll end up fixing this before that, at least that's what I hope. But I think this is a great feature to really spice up replayability for all of Spec Ops. I mean, there really aren't that many Spec Ops missions, let alone raids, so it is maybe a bit of a chore to go ahead and grind those Spec Ops stars that you need to rank up those kits, but if you create a class now, you can really spice up how each of these missions play out every single time you hop in. Again, whether that's a raid episode, whether it's one of the regular Spec Ops missions, being able to bring in whatever class that you want will probably entice players to give the mode more of a shot, and will encourage players to actually grind those stars. Again, you can now earn some free stars for the Spec Ops kits upon buying the raid seasonal bundles. We of course have the Gaz one thus far, and even the Captain Price one, but you're probably going to want to still grind either the missions or the raids to get more stars as quick as you can, and I think this is a great step in the right direction. I still think it would be great though if they removed the cap on how many stars you could get per day and even per week, since I think people out there would religiously grind Spec Ops for a couple of days in a row just to max out all those kits. But it's probably a different story if they know that they have to wait, X amount of days or weeks to actually grind some more stars again. People probably lose interest and end up playing other things instead. Now we have the first details of Raid Episode 3 coming in from the usual suspects over on Twitter. We have Alix, Task Force 141 leakers, I think Bob Network UK even posted some screenshots of the episode itself, which is crazy. So the first details are as follows: abandon silo, descend into the site, computer lab, and escape the computer lab. Again, this could be considered spoilers for those out there that do care about the story. These details I just mentioned aren't really that much, but get ready for the next couple of details. So we then have other information, which includes puzzles about a fuse box, water valve, a water pump, and planting a C4 on a catwalk. The operators in this episode will be Alex, Farah, and Price. Hadir will be in the outro, and Alex is your raid operator bundle for Season 3, meaning you can unlock him for free by beating the episode, but you can also buy the third raid bundle featuring an alternative skin for him, probably some Spec Ops star kits, some blueprints, and even a third skin for having having both beat the mission and buying the bundle as well. Now I want to say Raid Episode 1 was a bit of a challenge. It was a good introduction for what raids are like in Modern Warfare 2, but I would say the second episode was much more replayable. The puzzles were a lot more fun and were less puzzle oriented and more just challenge oriented, if that makes sense, to where anybody out there could actually give it a shot, whereas in the first episode you really have to be motivated to understand symbols and puzzles and orders, whereas the second episode was like, alright, anybody could just hop in through pubs or with people that they know, and they could probably figure this out and wing it the best that they can. Now you guys probably remember that there was a rumor that popped up a couple of weeks ago in regards to future COD 2.0 content. One of the rumors did suggest that the next raid would have us playing as Alejandro, Rudy, Price, even Farah, and they would be going to Las Almas, and maybe that's a rumor for the fourth raid in Season 4, but that doesn't look like it lines up at all with Episode 3 whatsoever. To everyone's surprise, a bunch of gameplay even leaked out of this new raid, and the thing is though, in the gameplay you could tell that the mission just isn't ready or isn't finished, and the build that the people were playing in the gameplay, I don't even think was the entire mission, and the cutscene didn't play either upon beating it, so can't show you that footage on screen for obvious copyright reasons, but with that footage in mind, it looks like the episode actually takes place in Cold War era bunkers, significantly tying the story in Modern Warfare 2 even more with Perseus, Black Ops Cold War's campaign for a couple of years ago, so I'm really excited about this one. But in the gameplay, you also see Price, Farah, and Gaz, but since the leak is saying that you're going to be playing as Alex, maybe Gaz is just there as a placeholder, and we're not going to see Gaz at all in the mission, and he went elsewhere. So really curious how they're going to tie all of this together, because again, the Season 3 intro cinematic was kind of the first of its kind for Modern Warfare 2, right? The first two seasons did have cinematic cutscenes at the start of a season that were more focused towards the new Battle Royale maps, the Battle Pass operator, but didn't really have much story centered around it, whereas this third cutscene that we got does focus a lot on Alejandro, Valeria, and what's going on in Las Almas. So maybe that is tied to something else that we're going to see in Spec Ops at some point in the future, which has me thinking, right, in the recent blog post, it was confirmed a new Spec Ops mission is coming during the mid-season, and it does say operators take on Las Almas cartel in Almas for an all-out fight for survival. That probably is going to be story related, and maybe the leaks that originally popped up about Alejandro and Rudy were actually for this new Spec Ops mission, not the raid. Maybe Alejandro and Rudy are going to guide us in Almazra to fight the cartel itself, and Valeria is tied into that somehow, and then somehow that all will come full circle in a future season where the stories between the raids and even these Spec Ops missions kind of all come together into one, and then there'll be this big reveal at the end that sets up the next game or something. That's totally possible. Now with the confirmation from the usual suspects that Alex is our raid Season 3 operator, there's also an image that has popped up of apparently what is the next universal camo releasing in Season 3. It looks like this remix of Damascus that's red, and it's unclear if it's animated, it's unclear how cool the camo is going to be, it's also unclear how you unlock it, right? Is this going to be one of the rewards that you get for beating the third raid? Because again, in Season 2 Reloaded, they introduced us to this cool new system at the main menu where you can actually see a very clean UI of all the rewards you can unlock per episode, whether it's a regular episode or even a veteran version, and the mid-season update for Season 2 also released 2 universal camos you can get by beating the first 2 episodes. One was called Pure Poison, Episode 1, the other was called the Vicious camo for Episode 2, so maybe this red-looking Damascus is for Episode 3, unless that's one of the camos you can get by completing the expansion to the Tropheon event, which is also coming in the mid-season. Again, about 20-ish days from now, you're going to be seeing a refresh of challenges and rewards in the event tab, to where there'll be new sets of challenges allowing you to then unlock some other cosmetics and even more universal camos that you can use in any game mode that you want. So I'm sure over the next few days, we're going to be seeing more images pop up over on Twitter of what future camos are going to look like for this game's life cycle and of course Season 3. But Task Force leakers also posted that new weapons were found for Season 3 or possibly a future season. We have a melee weapon, which is going to be a hammer, and even a new stub for the FAMAS and even the Uzi. All attachments as well were added for the Uzi SMG. So maybe those are Season 4 weapons, or there's going to be some surprise additions in Season 3 Reloaded, because I wouldn't be that surprised if they added at least another weapon or two to the mid-season update. As of right now, we know we're getting 2 new pistols in Season 3 Reloaded, but I kind of feel like the season's missing something, right? Maybe another AR, another SMG would make sense, but again, as of now, we know about 4 weapons total for our 3rd season. Maybe they'll save the rest for Season 4, since that season doesn't start that far away from now. That's going to be around, what, June 13th, June 15th, which isn't that far, considering Reloaded is also just around the corner. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our first preview for Raid Episode 3? Did you check out that spicy gameplay that leaked out? And also, what are your thoughts on the new free access window for the multiplayer? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.